What's going on, guys? It's Jaye Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Tory Lanez. Okay, Tory Lanez is a rapper from up north, and I believe he was giving an interview, and he spoke about how he doesn't spend money on women who are basically broke, and he has a line that he would use, and that is according to High New Hip Hop. And I'm going to read this passage. It says, Tory Lanez has undoubtedly collected some big bags in the past few years between his relentless tour schedule to songwriting for other artists and the number of feature verses he dropped. The rapper has been on a steady grind. Unfortunately, the age-old saying, more money, more problems, is as relevant as it has ever been. It appears that the saying is applicable to Tory's love life. Now, I believe he was promoting his new mixtape, and they were discussing just in general his life, and the subject of women came up. And I want people to understand that there are a group of women, okay, who expect men to spend money on them. They expect men who have money to spend money to spoil them, to basically fund their lifestyle. Not all of these guys are going to do that. Now, I will say this though. This is the same Tory Lanez that dropped $35,000 in a store that was discriminatory towards him. That's the same Tory Lanez. But when it comes to women, he's not willing to go that route. Okay. Now, it says one part has been getting some particular attention is Tory Lanez's way of curbing women who are seeking a Gucci purse. I have this line with women when they are like, can you buy me this? He said, shorty, I thought you was up. You can't buy yourself that. And that is his line for women who have their hand out. Now, I want to know from the women, especially the gold diggers or the aspiring gold diggers, are you going to call him cheap? Are you going to say that, he can't afford you? Because if your life is dependent on a price tag, like if somebody could buy you, you might as well, be like the rest of these females who get paid to go to different locations, who get paid for their time. And I'm not talking about performing songs. But Tory Lanez continued, if you can't buy yourself that, you can't F with my tax bracket, period. If you can't buy a Gucci bag, you can't F with me in my tax bracket. And I can understand that. See, successful people, for the most part, want to date other successful people. Now, you have guys who will date women who are broke. It's these young, ain't never been nowhere, ain't never really had no attractive women before, these young athletes. And some of these young rappers too. Even though I notice these athletes make more mistakes than these rappers do when it comes to women, probably because those guys have been rapping for so long, they've been getting attention from women. So they don't make as many mistakes as I noticed from these young athletes, because again, these guys probably didn't really have a lot of attractive chicks who were into them like that in high school. Even in college, you go on a huge roster, you get lost in the shuffle. If especially if you have other good players on the team that's getting attention. I mean, you are too, but you're on a college campus. You know what I'm saying? The amount of attractive women is probably limited. But once you become a pro and your social media grows and you're getting all these DMs from the women that you've been following that have never followed you back until they see you walk across the stage, and shake the commissioner's hand, So I noticed that these athletes make a lot more mistakes when it comes to women than these rappers do, because for the most part, these guys have been rapping since they were teenagers. They've probably been doing shows, they've been having groupies, and women love rappers. They do. Women love rappers, even the struggle ones. And I can understand from Tory Lanez's perspective, he doesn't want to be taking care of no broke chick. You know, no man wants to be taking care of no broke chick. I don't want to be taking care of no broke chick. You can say whatever you want about me, but if you don't have your own money for you to go and spend it on what you want to spend it on, don't come to me to want to buy you purses and buy you, outfits or whatever. That's stuff that you want. You shouldn't be looking to me to buy you that. You can say whatever you want about me. I'm not buying you a whole bunch of expensive stuff. Especially if we ain't even in no committed relationship. We are not tied to each other at all. We might be just dating. You probably already got one foot out the door. So why would I go and buy you a bunch of expensive stuff? I think that's because you want to filter out the women who are just there for the bag. Now, I will say this though. There are a lot of women who are there for the bag. But at least they're spending their own bag first. And whenever I want to spend some money on them, I will. But it's going to be on my time. It's not going to be on your time. It's going to be on my time. I'm not going to sit there and be the fool to buy all this stuff for you and this and that, and then you end up leaving. You're not going to Antoine Walker me. You're not going to have me spending millions of dollars on you, and then when the going gets tough, you bounce. That's not going to be the situation that I want to be in. Tory Lanez don't want to find himself in a situation. A lot of these other guys don't want to find themselves in a situation. But a lot of these rappers are so used to getting attention. I'm not saying these guys don't simp. Of course these guys be simping. Not all of them, but there are guys out here who do be simping for these chicks, man. But it's not to the level that I've seen with other guys. Now I will say this though for women. Now there are women that are gonna be angry with Tory because they're gonna say, well, if you're the man in the relationship, you should want to take care of that woman, which is true. But again, what if they're just now dating and you have to buy her everything? You even probably got to lease her a car because she probably ain't got no car. What if she need her bills paid because again she either's not making enough or maybe out of work on home? You got to pay her bills, keep her cell phone on, get her hair. Like, you don't want to be taking financially supporting this whole person just because you're sleeping with her. You should never want to be in a situation where you're funding a lifestyle of somebody that you're not even committed to, and that's being a drain on you. Tory Lanez is a guy who works hard for his money. He wants to be with a woman who works hard for her money. We are in an equal society, right? Y'all want to be equal so bad. You should be able to fund your life. Now, I will say this though. In a relationship dynamic, yes, I will be the one. Like if I'm in a committed relationship with a woman, right? Of course, I'm going to handle the financial, the bills as far as, like, especially if we're living together. Of course, I'm going to handle the bills. I am the man of the house. I am the final decision maker. I am the leader. Don't mean I won't accept your input. But I am responsible for making sure that the ship sails. But if we're not living together, if we just started dating for a couple weeks or even a couple months, I'm not about to sit up there and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on you. That's just not going to happen. That's just, you're investing in somebody who, again, has one foot out the door and doesn't really even know if she wants to be with you. And is probably only with you because of what you have, not who you are. That's why with me making videos and not showing my face, I want people to be here for the message and not just for me being on screen. I mean, me being on screen wouldn't make that much of a difference anyway. Like, it wouldn't make people not want to watch me, or it probably won't make more people watch me. I mean, who knows? But the message should matter more than your perception of, do I fit what you want me to look like? You know what I'm saying? Or lifestyle, how I dress. Because that, unfortunately, that matters to some people. How you dress matters. I don't know why, but it does. But in the case of Tory Lanez, listen, I'm not saying this guy is smart. I'm not saying that, This guy just knows how to deal with women. I'm just looking at it from the perspective of a guy who has been in the industry for a while, has dealt with different type of women, and has realized that, man, I want to be with a woman who, has more of her stuff together financially than some of the other women I've dealt with. Now, of course, there were people that were upset, mostly females, who took to Twitter and voiced their displeasure. That doesn't surprise me, because nowadays you have a lot of women who only want to be fed things that they want to hear. They don't want to hear a man saying, I'm not going to buy you that Gucci bag. I'm not going to fund your lifestyle. No, I'm not going to get your hair done, nails done, whenever. You're going to have to financially be able to show me you can take care of yourself, because people got to understand, man, it's a burden when you're dealing with somebody who doesn't have their stuff together and they're constantly complaining about their financial woes. Meanwhile, they're on Instagram making it seem like they're living such a good life when they're really not. They're living in an apartment with like 5 other people, but they're making it seem like they're living this great lifestyle. No, she's just dating rich dudes who take her on vacations, okay, who buy her expensive things. That's about it. But herself, she ain't really got it together. She don't know how to manage money. You definitely don't want to be around nobody that don't know how to manage no money, because that's the type of person who is going to keep you broke. And you don't want to be around that person. You don't want to be around nobody who knows nothing but being broke, who knows nothing but financial instability. And I'm not about to sit here and teach you financial stability. You should want to save money. You should want to financially do better, save, own your own home, own your own car. And again, I want y'all to understand, there's nothing wrong with a woman working. There's nothing wrong with a woman being able to support herself. But again, I'm not one of those people that say, hey, we should have a 50-50 relationship. That's not something I'm saying at all, because at the end of the day, that woman will not respect that. My ego will not allow me to be in a situation where I have to sit there and ask you for your half of the rent, because I want to make sure it's getting paid. And if you dealing with somebody that is financially not very secure, financially don't have themselves together, they ain't gonna have no rent money. But at least if she's working, has her own money, the money that she makes from her whatever she's doing, she can spend on as many Gucci bags and as many outfits, whatever she wants to buy as possible. She can buy as much as she wants with her money. Now again, if it's the holidays, her birthdays, of course I'm gonna buy her stuff. Occasions, you know what I'm saying? Still go out on vacations. Who's gonna pay for that? It'll be me, right? Because those situations I say, okay, those are stuff I want to do, so let's go do that. So of course I'll front the bill for that. But as far as when we out and about shopping and you want to buy expensive stuff here and expensive stuff just cause, man, come on, man, where your money at?